Yo, 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 welcoming everyone to a little live stream, maybe hour and a half, I don't know yet. Um, I don't know what's going on at the Olympics. I never really understand this stuff. It's just crazy. Let me see if I can find it on the timeline. Michigan tie poll. Kamala is going to win the election. Republicans are going to have themselves to blame for giving them so much ammo. Uh, Ammo for what? I mean, a VP is not going to lose you an election, man. Come on. Vance, I don't see the issue with Vance. I don't think it was a great pick, but I don't know. I'm just surprised about what's happening. The Olympics are a disgrace. Yeah, they are Satanists, but did you got to see this? This is so weird, dude. Like, oh, I don't think this is the compilation. Dude. Yesterday my video got demonetized. The fucking Stephen Colbert ABC bullshit. I talked for 2 hours and 50 minutes to my chat, and because I showed the vaccine dance for 20 seconds and wasn't talking, they get to demonetize my video, and they take all my ads now. They get to take all my ads on that live stream. It's unbelievable. Like, what is this? Like, they got to be trolling us with this. This has got to be a troll or something. This like, and she's in a window. Like, what in the fuck? How is this the Olympics? At least they can kind of hide behind the gays when they do this stuff at like the Grammys or whatever the hell it was. The last satanic ritual they did like 2 years ago at like one of those Grammy events, and they could kind of hide behind that. But this is a sporting event. Good to see you, man. How you've been? I've been all right, man. Really hope Kamala doesn't win. Yeah, I don't think she will. But how is this a sporting event? There's something really evil about this. Saying people without children. No, he didn't say that. Unless I missed the quote. He just said you need to incentivize natural born citizens having kids, so we need to help them. Right now, evidently, there's issues. The natural population is going down. We have to bring that back. And that's also closing the border as well. But from what I saw, I don't think he said anything that was problematic. That's a normal thing. Didn't they have a bunch of they had just some fat woman. What? Oh my God. Oh, is this the Last Supper thing? Is this seriously mocking the Last Supper? This is the definition of... I mean, this is the Olympics and this shit goes on. They've infiltrated everywhere. How does this happen? These people prepare for this. They constantly go through practices to do this. Kamala is a positive, welcome change to most people. They think she's a competent girl boss. That's bullshit. Her approval rating sucks. And she hasn't won a damn... what election did she win again? Yeah, man. I mean, you spamming that. It's just, it's a waste of time. I think that JD Vance couch story is fake from what I saw. Someone made it up. They said go to pages, go to these pages, and they said that's where he had sex with a couch. He says I think that's false. If you don't want illegals taking over, then have kids. Well, that's the only answer. Or you can do what Japan does, where they basically ban immigration unless it's like you're a superhero, because they got like a 99.9% rejection rate, and then their population goes down. I mean, so Japan is willingly having their population go down rather than bring in immigrants. I don't think Kamala is nearly as popular as mainstream media. Well, this is my question. What changed with Kamala from 5 days ago to today, other than her just getting massive bumps from all of, you're correct, mainstream media? But what's changed with her? So 5 days ago, she's one of the most unlikable VPs in history. She's a DEI pick. She was terrible in the primary. She didn't even make it to Iowa. But now suddenly she's this goddess, and we just have to be like, oh, no. They said she was great now. I mean, and notice how they're changing all their opinions. Now it's like, with Israel and everything like that. Now they want peace. It's just total appeasement. Yo, man, what's up? I'm gonna back out from politics. It's way too toxic. Still gonna give your vids a like, but gotta get my. Yeah, man, that makes sense. That makes sense. Japan can just look at Europe. I mean, this also is an influence into it as well. Dude, they literally raise their fucking flags. The immigrants come in and raise their flags. It's, what are we doing? Why are we letting these people come to the? I mean, why is France letting them come in again? What are we doing here? Palestine is bad. How can you say Palestine is bad when Israel has done way worse? Well, I do think there's a lot of selective outrage. You know, I don't want to talk too much about that situation, but to be fair, I'm not Jewish. I'm really just want the United States to get out of that situation. It's not, I don't, but I mean, if Republicans are obviously going to support Israel, I believe, or at least I would say like 70% of them. But I mean, there are people on the far left and far right that hate Israel. That's for sure. Netflix endorsing Kamala Harris. Netflix with 7 million people. I mean, what ridiculous sham is this where Netflix is endorsing people now? It's not. I don't think it's on their Twitter. Netflix loses 2 billion in 4 hours after their huge donation to the Harris. Dude, oh my god damn this. These corporations are unbelievable. See, the thing is, they bitch and they moan about Musk like donating when he didn't even donate, and then these fucking giant ass. Do you know how much money they donated by chance, or did they? Oh, I mean, 7 million seems like a. I mean, not 7 million's not a ton. I wouldn't worry about it, man. It's weird to see Trump in different clothes. That's for sure. Look at this. The polls shifts are undeniable. No, man, you need to take a step back and understand. Like, this is the Kamala big hype train. Just give it a week or two, man. I mean, Biden came back against Trump like 3 months ago and started leading in the polls and in the betting. Go back and look at that. And I said the same thing about Biden. I said, let's calm down. I never said Trump was in danger against Biden, even though Biden was leading the betting 3 months ago to win the election. Kamala's not even leading it right now. Live stream reacts. But see, how am I supposed to react to it? I'm just going to play it, and then I can't really react to it because I'd be just talking over it. But I don't know, where is the Trump rally at? Did you see the thing with Chris from Mr. Beast? Yeah, that's a trend. That's definitely a trend with those people. It's real bad. And some of the media is trying to protect Chris Tyson now, but it's I'm sure Mr. Beast just wants that to go away. He probably won't make a video. I mean, he already only makes like one video a month, anyways. I really don't get why people like Kamala. Well, it's just she's the Democratic nominee now, so they're going to support her, and they think Trump's the worst thing in the world, so that's more of the reason to support her. Did you see where Musk denied giving 45 million? Yeah, he said he was giving 45 million to a pact called Make America Greater. So I think that's what it was or something. Do you think the Democrats replace Kamala with Big Mike at the DNC? Yeah, I don't think so. Because Obama endorsed, yeah, I think that's over. I think it's going to be Kamala, and they've all rallied around her. Yeah, it's definitely a media bump for sure. Paris Olympics, yeah, I mean that's they're just mocking us almost with these Satanist rituals. If Americans vote for Trump, we will win. If Americans vote for Harris, then they get what they deserve. Uh, yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if Harris won. I saw that Trump was going back to Butler. That's a good idea. That for PR, that's a really good idea. But is it gonna? So what is that rally gonna entail? Because I don't think Butler doesn't have any type of arena or anything. So is it gonna be an outdoor rally again at the same spot? I mean, that would be pretty badass. But it's like, would he really? I thought he said no more outdoor rallies, or is it just gonna be a really small thing inside somewhere? The Pirates going to the playoffs. I don't know, man. I haven't really. I know the NL Central's pretty weak, so maybe. What is your favorite Taylor Swift album? I don't even know what a name for them, man. I don't know a single album for Taylor Swift. Did you all see his son lash out on the media today? What Don Jr. lashed out? I mean, he always has clips. The picture of Trump's ear was leaked when Trump met with Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu. He doesn't have a thing on it. The French have to have the weakest people ever. Yeah, it's bad in France. Even though it seems like it's flipping more to the right a little bit, it does seem like it's flipping. Biden was up by 9% in polling average. Jack, that's great perspective. That's great perspective. But the thing is, people really don't care about that in the moment, you know? He's gonna go. He should give a speech from the roof, from the roof where Crooks was. The rally in Butler will be at an airport. They have an airport in Butler, a private airport, maybe. Donald Trump seen in public without ear bandage. Yeah, I mean, it did come out that they confirmed his ear got shot because liberals were saying, oh, he got hit by shrapnel, which makes zero sense. Isn't Butler, PA very? Yeah, it's like a more rural area, so it's gonna be. I mean, Trump's not gonna go to like Well, I mean, he has gone to liberal areas, but in Pennsylvania, it'll be and it's rural. It's 100% gonna be Republican. Ant Man, what's up, man? Do you think it will now be closer? I think it'll be relatively the same with Biden or Harris. You have to understand, Biden really wasn't as bad as the polls said. It was just he lost all of the support within the Democratic Party, so obviously the poll reflection is going to be worse, and they withheld all of his his donor money. They weren't spending any of it for the last 3 weeks when they knew Biden had to go. You guys hear the reports of all them saying, no, we're not spending any money on Biden. They refused to do it. They wanted to save it all. Wouldn't be shocked if Fauci gives us. I don't think they would do that. I don't think anyone wants to bring that type of shit with, like the COVID back. It's more of like a positive thing. I don't think they would invite him. Feel like on average Republicans have more electoral point. Yeah, I mean, I think they enjoy a nice advantage in terms of the math, like whatever your path is, because they have Florida now and Ohio for sure, and so I think they probably have an easier path at this point. Yeah, they were also saying that glass from the teleprompter hit him when the glass is just totally fine, but even like it would be shattered. I mean, I don't know what they expect glass to do with a bullet. Head of FBI is trying to imply that Trump was actually not shot. Yeah, he said that yesterday. He said, we don't know. And then it was reported today and it was confirmed that it was a bullet. What is Harris's corny quote? Unburdened by what? Yeah, it's crap. Unburdened by what was and what does. I'd have to look at the quote exactly. The quote's very weird. It doesn't catch on at all. I think she probably didn't want to have that quote, or maybe she likes it if she says it so much. But it's just not a good. It's just weird. What do I think of Victory Field, Indianapolis? What is it? A AAA park? I never seen it. What's up with all the tranny stuff? Well, it's Satanism actually. I mean, it's a combination of all of it. Where do you see Oregon in the AP Top 25? Probably like third or fourth. Kamala is neither positive or decent. Yeah, no, I know. She that's the thing with Kamala. She's the same person she was 5 days ago. 5 days ago, there's no hype. And now, it's all the mass media hysteria. What can be unburdened by what has been. Yeah, it's like, oh, we're moving forward, and there was racism in our past, but look at what we can all be. I think that's what they're saying. Like, oh, we're all free from the racism and unburdened, and look at what we can. Yeah, so it's just a dumbass quote. Why not Don Jr.? That's a charade. You can't do that. Have your son as VP? No, that would not be good. Will you do a video of the completed Intuit Dome? Yeah, possibly. What's up, Thunderstrike? Dolphins ruined their salary cap. Dude, but the salary cap is such a joke in the NFL. It's hard to really even take that stuff seriously. It's just they constantly defer money. Tua's probably all of his money's probably going to be deferred and paid out over like 8 or 9 years. Like the NFL salary cap is such crap. I mean, it does matter at a certain point, but just the way it's done. I mean, honestly, the Saints finally got screwed because they had horrible salary cap situations. They kept deferring it to the next year, and now they're really not a good team. I'm genuinely glad you're pointing out it's Satanism. Well, listen, this is what I showed earlier in my stream. Dude, what is this? Why is this at the Olympics? No, but it gets worse. This is at a sporting event. And then I don't even know how you explain this as part of all of the countries coming together. How is this even a thing that's thought of to do something like this? They're literally like in the gates of hell with the evil, castle and look at all of them in the windows. They got the torches with big flames. They're all masked up. Ben Shapiro acted very nervous about the election. He seems to think that Georgia is still in play for Kamala. Well, let's see what the polling says with Georgia. I think the only way they win Georgia is with rampant ballot harvesting, because because remember, Georgia was a pure Republican state, just like all the other SEC states. And then they realized, well, Atlanta is filled with a ton of people who have no clue about politics, but they just hate Trump. And then they just give them a ballot. They go around in buses. They just say, here's a ballot. Give me it back after you vote for Biden. And then you got all the women just rapid fire putting them in the mailboxes. That's the only way they win Georgia. They have to really run it up in, what was it, DeKalb? Fulton County? DeKalb County? DeKalb? I didn't know Trump was speaking in West Palm Beach right now. Yeah, I mean, I'll react to some of the clips if they come out on Twitter. But I mean, dude, with Trump's rally, well, actually, the interesting thing with Trump's rallies is, how does he attack Kamala? Does he go for the DEI? Does he keep it on? I mean, if I was Trump, I think the strategy is she's literally she's far left. I mean, it's admitted. What's your electoral college map like? I think I have Trump at around, well, I mean, I did have Trump at around 340. I would have to bring that down a little bit, maybe to 326 or something around there. Fulton County, rampant ballot harvesting. Yeah. Those people don't even know what a Democrat is, and they're like, Trump evil, vote right here. How is Georgia not a Republican state? Because of Atlanta. There's no Atlanta in Alabama. There's no Atlanta type city in Mississippi. There's no Atlanta. I mean, Knoxville is, but no, it's not. It's not nearly as big. How does Kamala represent change? She's a minority female. That's it. That's their argument. Atlanta has, yeah, dude. The Atlanta airport has a very bad reputation. I mean, it's a huge airport. Atlanta is a big city. Can New York ever be a swing state? I don't think it's impossible. I mean, if Trump loses New York by like 12 points, I don't think that's impossible to make it a swing state. I mean, didn't Obama win Ohio by like, I mean, I guess it's a bigger population than Ohio, but Obama won Ohio by a bunch, and now, I mean, it's like a 20-point swing in the span of like 8 years or whatever. Pick a dynasty. I just started my 5th year with Kentucky, a group of 5 team that needs a rebuild. Yeah, dynasty. I did Boston College, but that's not a group of 5. Senate prediction, 52-48, I think. Well, it's right now it's 51-49, but I think the Republicans get another one. If everything holds, the Republicans will have the Senate, and there's like a 70 or 75% chance they get it. Where did you see the AI claim? It's go watch the video. It's in a tweet. It's uncensored, and it's not surprising. They just take all of their talking points. She's the most left, and it's part of the reason because she has to appease the people in California. But still, listen, we can all fearmonger it, but we all know she's not doing a damn thing in terms of policy. She's just taking orders. But it's just the overall influence of it. And now they're coming out. They're like, oh, we want peace with everyone. We want peace with Israel. And we need a 2-state solution. It's just all appeasement. Well, you're looking at the opening of the Olympics. Let me show you this. Let me show. This is it right here. They got the fat woman in the middle. What do I think of Quincy Wilson? What, like the cornerback from Florida? I think. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how he's done in the NFL. If that's what you're talking about. Oh, are you? Yeah. January 6th was worse. Yeah, January 6th is a horrible, horrible event. Did the political rage rhetoric result in violence against Trump? What lesson can we take from it? Well, look, there's been historic arguments against Trump that nobody's ever seen. We've never seen somebody be hated so much by the left. That kid was a liberal. It's confirmed on his Gab account. He has all the Our Politics Reddit talking points. He's arguing them in 2021 on his. He got radicalized probably by the media. And then there's probably someone else involved, because do we really think he did that? And then also, I can't believe that could just waltz up there and do that. I think there were people involved with that. It's too many coincidences. It's right before the RNC. Trump's the most important political figure in the United States. They know if he gets taken out, there's a chance Nikki Haley is in, and that's just a terrible scenario for the conservatives. There's too many coincidences for me to think that, oh, gee, they just had a lapse in judgment and the closest roof had a sniper on it, and oh, golly, it's all right, guys. The Secret Service will be better. They're going to apologize to us. It was just a mistake. Quincy Wilson, yeah, I don't know who that is, honestly. I don't watch a ton of Olympic events. The left hates anyone who isn't a far left communist. No, I mean there's capitalists. I don't think that's not true, but I mean that is part of their agenda. They want equity. If he was groomed by some agency, then why would they get him to register a Republican for sure? Then yeah. Well, when did he register? I don't know why exactly he would register as a Republican. I was thinking, well, it's a 3D chess. He's doing it because he wants people to think he's a Republican when he tries to kill Trump. But I'm not even sure if that's it, because who knows if he's been planning it for that long. You've got Kamala around 310 electoral votes, winning Georgia and Arizona by 3-4. I mean, I don't believe that. What, you think she wins the Rust Belt too? Do you think there will be ballot harvesting? Of course there will be. They got rewarded for it in 2020. It's going to be even more rampant now. But the only reason why there might be less mail-in is because the COVID things. That there might even be more mail-in now. I don't know. But everyone's expecting a low turnout election. If Trump went down, it would have been Vivek. I mean, yeah, the only argument she could have is she had the second most delegates, Haley. But I think it would have been Vivek probably stepping up. But who knows, man? But Trump speaking at the Bitcoin conference. Yeah, that's good news. Yeah, I saw the Chris Tyson stuff. That's horrible, man. Yeah, the crazy thing is that governor from Illinois is apparently very likable. I don't know. Who do you have winning New Mexico? I would say Harris probably right now, man. Would you accept the results if Trump loses? I don't know. Why don't you ask liberals that, like in 2016 with Russiagate? We've got liberals in 2019 saying Trump's an illegitimate president. I turn 18 the week after the election. Maybe I'll just put Democrat and mail it in. Don't have to show ID anyways. I mean, they do find mail-in ballots late, but no, I don't think that would be allowed. Expected low turnout until Kamala burst on the scene. She has energized millions with the brat movement. Yeah, that's a good troll. Did you see Magic Johnson's trans son? Oh, I haven't seen that. Jesus, man. I could see Kamala winning Wisconsin. Yeah, the Wisconsin polls are very close. They're like ties right now. Possibly Georgia, but I doubt it. Yeah, that's a fair prediction. They're going to copyright you. Yeah, they're gonna try and take me off. But dude, I got a copyright from that dumbass ABC with Colbert when I showed the vaccine dance, and all my advertisements for that live stream, all my ad dollars got thrown away because of Stephen Colbert's vaccine dance. They copyright it. Copyright strike me. Or no, they didn't give me a strike. They just take all the money. What percent chance does Trump have of winning? I would say like 65 to 70% chance, honestly. I would say like it's 70-30, maybe 65-35 in favor of Trump. You want to see a glimmer of ginger rage? I don't know if I have it in me, man. Trump outperforms in Wisconsin. Yeah, I've heard that narrative. I do. I've heard that narrative. Remember the Wisconsin poll that's had Biden up by 17 like 3 weeks before the election? That's a crazy thing. How do you have a poll with Biden up by 17 and then Trump loses by less than 1%? Trump has a 60% chance of winning. Yeah, I think it's slightly above 60% right now. Only good thing was the light show, but the rest, what the Olympics openings, yeah, what a train wreck, man. Kamala needs to do the whisper. It's not the same, no. You can't steal Biden's mode. You can't steal Biden's thing. That's disrespectful. Yeah, they wiped Kamala's history from the Gov site. Somebody had to pay the Gov whatever they're called for to do that. They had to have been paid off. I mean, why would you do that? I got a copyright claim for including a clip from the Drew Barrymore show. Yeah, I mean, dude, but the crazy thing is, I was talking over that Colbert bullshit, and they still copyrighted it. Polymarket as Trump at 59. Yeah, but you have to understand with Polymarket, Kamala and Trump don't add up to 100. There's other people, so Trump and Kamala are actually a little bit higher in terms of their chances. So Trump would go up to like 65. Kamala would also go up 3 because it doesn't add up to 100, if you know what I'm saying. Stenson Bennett game-winning drive, dude. I remember. I actually was thinking about that was my most live viewers was in that game, which it makes sense because the ending was so crazy. If Trump wins, the polls are rigged. I'm not. I don't know what that means. Sounds so gross when you drink that water. Can you mute the mic? Or I mean, I'm not muting the mic, man. Oh, come on. Big problem is that the election has become a race thing. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's become a little bit of a race thing with her, but I don't. She's not a black woman. She's just a mixed race minority. But I mean, I guess I understand it's gonna be more of a race thing. Will Mark Kelly flex his astronaut status? I'm sure. I mean, you're gonna go to watch San Diego Comic Con. All right, man. I'll see you. Going into election day 2016, Hillary's up by 4%. Well, I mean, she technically won the popular vote by 3%. But her percentage chance of winning just every state was so crazy high. If Trump loses, we're fucked. Well, it's going to be a really big issue because the illegals are going to start compounding. They will not deport any of the illegals. If anything, they'll just try and implement a slightly stricter policy. But they want a stranglehold over the electorate, so they're going to get the illegals in, and then they're going to get them, citizenship status. All the Democrats have is DEI. Yeah, and also hate against Trump. Like, they have Project 2025, which apparently has made a significant impact. She looks Indian. I don't even... Nah, I don't... I mean, I don't really get that vibe from her. I don't even know if I have fake rage. I'll just have a meltdown, probably. Do you think Biden is the final straight white male Democrat? I never. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I mean, I don't think so, but who knows, man? That is an interest. That's a legitimate question. Kellen DeBoer is going to have success. Yeah, he's recruiting great right now. We'll see. He's got more wiggle room now with the 12-team playoff. What's the thoughts on the opening ceremony? The opening ceremony is disgusting. It makes no sense. It's literal gaslighting. This is the Olympics. I mean, oh, it's not even loading. Great. Maybe we'll get a Trump clip or something. I think we got a poll here. Trump was indeed struck by the bullet from the rifle of 20-year-old gunman. That has been confirmed already. Republican, 60% chance to win, 73% chance to win the Senate. House at 56% chance, Democrats. Trump up by 3 in Michigan. That's a good poll for Trump. Man, what a mess these illegal immigrant shelters are. Wisconsin poll comes out from Fox News. Trump up by 1. Very, very close polling in Wisconsin. Do you think you could land a plane? It's like driving a car, but 3D. Well, yeah, they make planes very easy to land. Obviously, you would have to take it's a lot of practice, but it's not like they're, they make it to where it's easy. It's just like driving. Driving's very easy, but obviously it's harder than driving. I'm just saying. "2028, they might pull out the first." I don't think they would do that. Trans president. I don't see that happening. I don't see Galvin being the nominee because, yeah, if anything, he'd be lucky to be a VP, I think. You're right. But he's already one of those that it's like, we've already talked about him too much. He's probably going to fail in the primaries anyways. Trump needs Trump needs the traditional red states, so that means Georgia. Yeah, I agree with you. Wisconsin tied very bad. Yeah, Wisconsin has been tied this entire cycle, basically. Pollsters oversampled Democrats. Some of them do, some of them don't. Normally, they do tend to lean. Well, technically, the country's more Democrat, but that's just because of California. So really, all pollsters in swing states, it should be like, listen, it should be 50-50, honestly, in terms of sampling, or 45-45-10 with independents or something. But sometimes it's easier just to, oversample with Dems. It'll cost more money to try and get it 50-50. RFK Jr. polling at... Yeah, I mean, there's zero chance RFK has of winning. No, I don't take Adderall or anything like that, man. What college stadium needs to be renovated? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of the group of 5 stadiums, a lot of the stadiums in the MAC, but then again, it's like, how many fans do they get? Is it even worth it? Yeah, BYU, I would say, would be number 1. Check your YouTube email. All right, I'll check that. Do you think the more people hear Kamala's word salad, the less excited of a choice she becomes? Well, the novelty of Kamala is going to wear off here relatively soon. It'll wear off within a week. Just give it some time. RFK takes lib votes away. Well, Weston Stein do. It's not really confirmed that RFK does. He sometimes takes Trump votes away. It just depends. Do you think there's a second shooter on the loose? No, I don't believe in that, man. Bongino said it's probably not true. Dude, what is with this, man? This is just useless. You think Trump wins getting 3 of the 5 Rust Belt states? Yeah, I mean, 3 of the 5. I mean, there's really only 4 Rust Belt states, at least in my opinion, but he's guaranteed to get Ohio, so it really comes down to 3. Deadpool 3. I didn't even know that was coming out, man. I haven't been looking at the movies at all. East Carolina University crazy transfer portal. I didn't even know they were. What, do they have a lot of good players from the portal? Or did they lose everyone? Trump needs to be careful in a debate versus Kamala. Should Trump decline debate with Kamala? I don't think so. I think he's going to debate her two times. One time in September, one time in October. That would be my prediction. Noob tube. Yeah, that's a nice comment. I've noticed you increase 1K every day. Um, Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I remember when they used to say if you won Ohio, you won the election. Yeah, it's not the case anymore. Well, it's all changed, anyways. I mean, Ohio's like a Republican state, and there's states like Georgia now that are not pure Republican states, but they were before. So there's a lot of things that change when it comes to that affects the idea that Ohio would be the state. But yeah, Ohio had a crazy run. I mean, I live in Ohio, so they always talk about the crazy run of whoever Ohio votes for wins the election. And then, of course, in 2020, Trump won it by 8 points and then lost the election. Look at the poll. Think about how messed up it is. RFK at 5%. Well, I mean, RFK, it's, I don't know what like, it's not surprising that he's at 5%. What's the update with how your family thinks you are doing with YouTube? Yeah, I mean, it's a bit awkward sometimes with that, especially now if, with the politics stuff, it's not probably not the most ideal. I mean, my mom is basically a pure independent, so, and she did not like the JD Vance pick by Trump, but I don't know who she's gonna vote for. It was Ohio and Florida that you needed to win. Yeah, it's funny. They're both Republican states now. Who do you think would be the best VP for Harris? I mean, I would say Shapiro because Pennsylvania is extremely important, but depending on if you believe in widespread appeal, maybe it is Kelly. Shapiro's dangerous because of all the Jewish stuff. A lot of those people don't, they support Palestine and all that. All the polls are fake. Well, I mean, they give a rough estimate. They're not going to be perfect, obviously. We have to learn from really 2020 and 2016. People don't remember in 2020, Trump was down by so much in all those Rust Belt states, the swing states, and then he loses by like half a point. It's Kamala needs to pick a Jew VP. Let the Dems show their hate. Yeah, it would be Shapiro then, I think. Isn't Kamala's husband Jewish? I think you're right on that. I remember that being a thing. Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina, even though Trump won it twice, it's still close. I'll say it's a swing state for sure. Even though I do think Trump's going to win it again. Arizona, yeah, it's a pure swing state. Georgia. Yeah, but I mean, the husband being Jewish is different than the VP, I guess, for them. Do you think Biden is dead? Well, maybe they're using they're using like five different Joe Bidens. They're using body doubles, but I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to Biden. Will Shapiro help the entire Rust Belt or just Pennsylvania? Normally with VPs, it's very little reach. I mean, Pennsylvania, yes. No, I don't think he'll change the Rust Belt. A VP is not going to change the Rust Belt. You go pray to January 6th, man. Go pray to January 6th. We should have a new law that requires term limits in the House and Senate. Yeah, I think everyone wants that, except the people that are really old and actually in control of it. But eventually that will get changed. How will Kamala win if she's communist? Because they hate Trump. And technically, I mean, dude, her being a communist, she's just gonna do whatever they tell her to. I mean, there's no real threat of her being a communist if she gets in. She can't be one. It's just not even possible in the United States. And again, she'll just fall in line. They're already telling her what to say and all the talking points with Israel, Palestine, and everything like that. Would Vivek be a good Republican candidate in 2028? Yeah, I mean, he's already introduced himself, now to the electorate. I think he would do pretty well in 2028. I don't know if he would win though, the primary. New tall Biden. Yeah, I mean that's also that Jill was further away, but he does look almost like he's on stilts now. I think Vivek will run for Vance's Ohio seat. I think they were saying that was going to happen, or he was hinting that it was going to happen. Would they fake an assassination on Kamala to diminish Trump's assassination? Well, I thought they were going to try and do something to Biden and try and get the sympathy back. I don't think they're going to do that personally, but who knows? I mean, we're going to just go all. We're all going to just America's going to go to hell if we keep having these like assassination attempts and everything like that. If independent was added to the debates, I think independent would have more votes. Well, obviously, so yeah, if RFK, I mean, you get way more exposure, so you have very little downside because you're already getting so few votes. He'd probably get a few more votes, but I don't think it would be anything. We're too partisan. Any national Democrat is controlled. Ask Tulsi. Yeah, they're just cogs. They're just cogs. I mean, but at this point with Biden, Biden's irrelevant, man. He is. But I do want to see him talk again. I want to see him give a speech live. It would be for entertainment purposes. If Trump loses, I think Republicans could kiss their chances of taking the office ever again goodbye. Well, they're going to do some serious damage in the next few years if they do win. There's going to be there's going to be this guise that they're fixing the border. It's going to be real bad. They need the replace. They need the immigrants. They're going to become legal. It's going to be very hard. I agree with you, but I mean, how much can they really do in 4 years? Biden did a ton with illegals, and now they're going to be in, and a lot of them are going to be able to vote at some point, I'm sure. And you have to keep fighting that if you are the Republicans. It's just a constant slew. It's a constant slew. It's just it comes in waves. You think Burgum has it? No, Burgum has no chance. Do a hotline for people to call in. Yeah, people should call in to try and talk to me. Fox polls has Trump tanking? I don't think so. I was looking at some of the Fox polls. They seem pretty standard to me. I saw a Minnesota poll that was really bad for Trump. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe it's just one poll. The problem with Kamala is that she thinks she's earned that spot. Well, she has to think that technically, because otherwise they would just see her as weak. So they tell her like you earned it, and you need to. This is how you should do it. I should do a phone live show. Yeah, I should do one of those. I gotta set it up or something. I've seen new polls from Fox News that show Kamala is doing well in the Rust Belt. Maybe just Wisconsin, I think. Hey man, I don't mean to be rude, but I had surgery today and was really hoping one of my... Oh, were you the person that emailed me? Yeah, man, I'll look into doing one of those. Democrats can't control RFK Jr. Well, RFK Jr. is just too conservative on certain things. I mean, there's a cult. They can't give an inch, that party, so it has to be a pure liberal or someone that's just going to be able to just bend the knee to whatever they want. More Titanic videos? Maybe I'll do a few more. the Titanic rift. Bring back the Titanic videos. There would be too many trolls. I mean, I think this chat community, I think we're pretty mild, honestly. You know, I don't think it's real. It's really a lot of, especially compared to some other internet stuff that I see. Do a call for the Democrats only. I think there's only maybe like I know there's one Democrat, which is good. I mean, normally if there's a Democrat in here and they start making comments, I'll read their shit because I do like the back and forth, but. Are you going to stream the election? Pretty sure your view count would go high. Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone's going to be streaming, but yeah, I mean, I'll stream it for sure. Bigger idiots, Kamala and Biden. You know what? I was thinking of having like a war room. The thing is, like, I want like 6 or 7 different screens and I'll just be in the corner and just, because you would think they're going to have a lot of analytics where, remember the New York Times ticker, whatever? I hope they have that because I don't think they had that in 2020. Because that updates and it's really good. I want to see like odds and betting odds per minute, like updated. Yeah, the chat is great. But dude, just wait. If I like go live for a big event, the chat's probably going to be not good. Is it fair to say I'm the furthest thing from a Democrat? Well, I don't necessarily know what you believe personally. You should do a thing where you debate Democrats. Yeah, that would be fun. What is OSU called? Well, that's an abbreviation for the Ohio State rather than just Ohio State, I guess. Who will win the election? I mean, I would imagine Trump would win it, man. I mean, but I don't know how many. I'm gonna answer that question. I mean, what does it matter? It's a ways away from here. Are you a dog or a cat person? I like both, but probably more dog, I guess. Yeah, the average American definitely thinks that Trump's gonna win, especially after the assassination attempt. You should make an appearance on Piers Morgan, dude. I'd love. Yeah, the panel, the 4 panel, dude. Piers Morgan, he's getting crazy views, and I think he only posts that to YouTube. Like that's not even like an actual show on a TV channel. That's just it. He just posts it to YouTube, so it looks like it's live, but it's they record it and then he uploads it. I think, or maybe it is on a TV channel. I don't know. I miss the days where Trump used to kick hecklers out of his rallies. I mean, has he been having hecklers recently? I haven't seen any situations like that. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, yeah. Have you been to an Ohio State game? I have not been to an Ohio State game, no. I really don't live that very close to Columbus either. Polls aren't close. Democrats ramping. Yeah, it's all over. They're overdoing it. They're overhyping Kamala. She's gonna come crashing down. I am an easy toss-up vote because I obviously don't like the Democrat candidate, but you're not the biggest Trump fan because of his court cases. Well, the court cases, a lot of them are total crap. I mean, which one? Maybe the fake electorates one is the issue. The Georgia one. Trump wins over the 300 electoral votes. I say yes. Yeah, I'll interview Trump. Sure, that'll happen. Patrick Bet David should have you on his podcast. Uh, I mean, yeah, I've seen some of his podcasts. He had Alex Jones on once, like a year and a half ago, I think. I think he had Rogan on maybe. Oh no, he remember when he went on Rogan and he's like, "Here's some gifts." I mean, how do you bring someone 5 gifts for a podcast? And he's like, "Here, I'm gonna give you this gift, but you have to have Trump on." Is it a possibility The Rock ever runs for president? I think he's probably gonna run in 2028, maybe 2032. Do a podcast. I think podcasts are very hard to do, man. They're very hard to do. Where I just talk for an hour. I know, but like getting views on that, I've heard is really hard. Democrats are trying to make Kamala seem likable. Well, of course, she's the new candidate. They're going to do everything in their power. Why did Obama endorse Kamala? Seems like he would know she's a dud. Well, he admitted it. He said she probably is not going to win. It came out. He said it behind the scenes. He wanted Kelly, but now he's screwed because she's already got all the delegates pledged to her. So he has to endorse her otherwise. And he gave her a half-assed endorsement. They released the video at 5 a.m. Want to go to a Huskers game? I'm guessing you're talking about Northern Illinois or Nebraska. Polls were never good for Trump in 2020. Yeah, the polls. Trump didn't lead a single day in 2020 if you look at the polling on Real Clear. But, I mean, people have been telling me these are not good polls. Fox News, there's some Fox News stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is, but this is after the boost from Harris. This is the boost. I mean, it's still tied. It's not, this +6 is not great. But see, this is the other issue. Kennedy is hurting Trump in these polls. Jesus Christ. Would Trump have won in 2020 if COVID wasn't a thing? Well, of course. I mean, that's a huge thing that screwed his entire campaign. How do you have to shut down the country 7 months before an election, 8 months before an election? It's terrible. Yeah, that endorsement was totally half-assed. I mean, people who are in the middle think that Trump is going to win. Yeah, most people have admitted that Trump's going to win. I think Trump is screwed if Michelle. Well, that's what I had said. I said if Michelle Obama had become the nominee, it would be an issue. I said I wanted it to be Kamala. Kamala, that's fine. It's not going to be Obama. They've. It seems like they've moved on from that. Yeah, Trump needs to really get on a podcast soon, preferably Rogan. He needs to get on Rogan soon to get the momentum back. Do you see the plane crash in Nepal? I did not. It's a very bad. I mean, a plane crash anywhere is very bad, but Nepal is very mountainous. I don't know where it crashed though. Yeah, YouTube's been spamming everyone with Kamala ads. I've seen. I don't watch Kill Tony, but I've seen some of the skits. Shit, yes, him as Trump. Are they going to do the DNC? Yeah, they are. In mid to late August, I think like the 20th or something is when the DNC is happening. So the debates, I would imagine, are definitely going to be after the DNC. So the DNC is probably going to be wrapping up in about a month because it's the 26th of July right now. Yeah, Trump on Rogan, his strategists need to tell him he needs to go on Rogan to win back the momentum. But I don't know how much going on Rogan helps. I mean, I guess it just depends. Are you going to move away from sports? Hopefully not, no. I'd still like to do some, but I really don't know. Why hasn't Trump been on Rogan? Well, Trump wanted Rogan to come to the White House, and Rogan didn't want to do that, which I can respect. So that's why it never happened before. Why would anyone fly over Nepal? Well, I mean, if you're high enough, you're not, but it's not an issue. But I'm just saying, for a plane crash in possibly in the mountains, that's. What role do Biden's dogs have in Cheadle's resignation? They probably bit her a bunch and bullied her into resigning. Do you think Trump can actually lower everyday prices? Well, they can't get much higher. Yeah, Trump's going to come in. I mean, look at what happened to the economy when Trump came in. You know, everything boomed immediately in 2016. It's very bullish when a Republican takes over for a Democrat. Although, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, listen, we had a major crypto bull run in 2021 under Biden, but we also had one under Trump. I don't think crypto is really all that affected. But in general, Trump's going to help significantly. It's hard for it to get worse, especially with how bad the inflation's been. There should be a huge. I mean, they tried to pass an act, the Reduction Act, the inflation. I mean, Democrats have admitted it failed. It got it about 3%, but they wanted it lower. Inflation Reduction Act. If Trump wins Pennsylvania, does he win the White House? Yeah, I would be shocked if he would have to lose like Georgia, Arizona at that point. Although I guess there are paths for Harris if she wins both of the other Rust Belts. Yeah, flights can fly over Nepal. That's fine. The fact that there's mountains doesn't. It's just when a plane crashes there, that's probably gonna be very bad. They're not gonna go around Nepal. Maybe they might avoid certain peaks for sure. People have short attention spans, do podcasts in September. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that. Airlines don't fly over Nepal because there's an emergency. If there's an emergency, you're fucked. I wonder if they name an airport after Trump. I doubt it, but better chance Steelers win the Super Bowl or Kamala wins the election. Kamala. Trump winning Georgia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina gets him to 270. That's very bullish for Trump. Yeah, Pennsylvania is extremely important, man. It's extremely important. Yeah, even if he's got a lot of wiggle room, I agree. No way in hell he loses Georgia and wins Pennsylvania. Well, the thing is, if we're talking very close margins, it is possible. I mean, he could lose Georgia by 20K, win Pennsylvania by 20K. They're technically the same. I mean, 20K votes is nothing. Thoughts on Trump absolutely tanking? I don't think that's not correct. I don't think. Yeah, that's not. Trump's still at 60%. I wouldn't classify that as tanking. Guys, see, market, they don't have the actual graph. Let me show you something really quickly. Listen to me. Listen to me very, very quickly. Presidential betting odds. Biden was ahead of Trump. I'm telling you, look at this. So let's just calm down. Biden was ahead of Trump in late April. And he was way behind Trump. He went ahead by a point. So, I mean, Trump right now sitting with like a 20-point advantage. I'm not too worried here. Remember, Biden went ahead. I mean, Biden was actually DeSantis was the favorite. Pretty crazy. I think Vivek was over here or something. Didn't Vivek shoot up for a second? Maybe. Yeah, that right there. Uh, yeah, Trump International Airport's a pretty badass name. Tanking? No, he's not tanking. That's fear mongering, man. Polls don't matter now. Yeah, I know, but you react. I react to him though, just because it's content. I agree with you for. I mean, unless Trump was down by like 10 points, it's kind of an issue. But like the problem is if Trump like is losing Minnesota by 10 points, like I saw a poll, he was losing Minnesota by 10 points. That's a bit of a problem. But maybe it's just a one-off. Although there was a Fox News poll that had him losing by 6. Will there be a big? Yeah, I think the Republicans have to have a lot of stuff holstered on Harris for an October surprise for sure. What website is it? It's just Real Clear Politics. Uh, Election odds, betting odds. The video on Twitter of Trump walk out to 50 Cent. Yeah, those are fake. I think those are memes. Thoughts on Jackson Arnold? I mean, that he should be good for Oklahoma. He's a former 5-star, but a lot of those 5-stars end up being busts. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't see. Yeah, there's no. How does she from California, who's as liberal as they get, is going to win white working class voters? That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Trump needs a handler on Rogan, Eric, or what do you mean? Someone that no, I think that would take away from the organicness of it. You have to have just Trump and Rogan, but I like Eric a little bit more honestly. If I had to pick, even though Don Jr. definitely is he does podcasts and stuff like that and is more aggressive. If Trump wins, what do you think will change? Just influence in the United States and hopefully a significant change in immigration policy, honestly. Also, I do selfishly, I mean, we've got some stuff with crypto, maybe a bull run upcoming. I will say Trump is like really bullish on crypto. It could just be a massive run with Trump. Democrats used all of their October surprises in 2016 and 2020. The crazy thing is they didn't even have an October surprise in 2020. The only real October surprise was the laptop, and they shut it down because they got real nervous. So they told all the major social medias to shut it down. Shut it down. We're not cheating. This is election warfare. If Trump is down by 1 or 2, that's still a landslide. Yeah, that's a huge victory for Trump, even if he's losing by 2 or 3 points in a head-to-head. Harris couldn't win 1 delegate. I hear ya. I hear ya. Iron Man, what's up, man? I'm doing all right. How would Kamala appeal to auto workers? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way. I know, dude. I saw the odds. I'm not worried about a 40% chance to win. We don't need. Yeah, there's no way Don Jr. is gonna be the president. There's no way. Could make or break a campaign. The VP pick. I don't know if it's gonna have that big of an impact. Well, they're deciding right now. There's probably bickering between if Kelly has more widespread appeal, but obviously the Rust Belt is more important than Arizona. So there's a lot of strategy right now, I'm sure, within the Democratic circles on who they pick. I think it has to be. I mean, maybe Cooper out of North Carolina, but I'm guessing it's Kelly probably has more widespread appeal, but someone from the Rust Belt probably is going to be smarter in terms of just the overall impact. Like when you get, I don't even know what that's saying there, man. Could LeBron or Brady ever run for president? That's a good question. I think that's a charade, man. They got to stop with that stuff. Like LeBron, like with the sports athletes, no. I mean, LeBron said he's running as a liberal. He said he's running like, he'll probably run as a liberal in like 2036 against Mr. Beast, if I had to guess. Did you see Jordan Love just got paid the most? Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising, though. With pretty much every quarterback, they just automatically reset the market, I mean, Jordan Love looked pretty good last year. I think he might be a little bit overrated, but he still looked good. Kirk is pumping out the ballot chaser. I feel the man single-handedly is going to win us. Yeah, that I did see Charlie Kirk with that tweet. That was a very good tweet. How do you have? Republicans have a what like 250K voter registration advantage in Arizona. That's got to be a very hard thing to overcome. I still don't see how she goes for Shapiro. The left is too anti-Semitic. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Shapiro kind of his numbers went down for sure, but I mean, they could still choose him, I guess. Maybe they try and do it, say to but it wouldn't make much sense to do it for Jewish people. I think they're such a smaller percentage of the population, but the far left is a pretty small percent as well. Mr. Beast will be the nominee at some point in the 2030s. Yeah, who knows, man? That is a joke. That is a joke, man. Olympic ceremony is making me question my sexuality. Should I be gay? Well, that's what it's designed to do. That's perfect. They're injecting you with the new society. Mark Kelly is Mr. Boring, do nothing senator. Well, no, I hear ya, but he's not problematic, and he's in a swing state. Mr. Beast just had another scandal with his show on Amazon Prime. I haven't seen that. Um, let's see if we can get an update on any of this stuff. Emerson has Trump at 286 right now. They have looks like one toss up, Wisconsin. Yeah, Emerson still has Trump in all the swing states, it looks like. Yeah, this is the breaking advantage that they have. Dude, this is disgusting. Yeah, that Olympic ceremony it's almost like they're trying to just trigger people. Who thinks that's a good idea when they're rehearsing it? But how does something like that even get passed? I mean, she'll probably go with Kelly, Navy astronaut, wife victim of assassination attempt. Yeah, I know I know what you're talking about, man. Yeah. Pete Buttigieg? I don't think so. I mean, I guess it's possible. Yeah, when is NASA going to do something? I agree with you. NASA is Musk is going to have to go to Mars, I guess. When are we develop? Does anyone know when we're developing the cryo sleep at all? Seems like we're a little bit too early for that, huh? Has cryo sleep been developed at least for the elites? Does anyone want to run with her? Yeah, they would accept it, I think. I think pretty much anyone would accept it. I mean, I know there was the narrative that, oh, they don't want to do it because if they lose, it puts a stain on them for 2028 if they want to try and run for presidency. But, I mean, someone like Kelly, who wasn't even going to try to run, he would definitely do it. I think Shapiro probably would still do it. Olympics are a joke. The New World Order is coming. Yeah, I just can't understand that Olympic ceremony. It's right in front of our face. It's a sporting thing. And what is this? Did I hear Jill Biden is at the Olympics? Yeah, she's competing as a doctor to do the best surgery. They're doing doctor competitions. She's obviously a doctor. Long term form of really? But what about when they put you in a pod and you don't age at all? They can put you to sleep like in terms of cryo sleep, but they can't wake you up. Can they put you to sleep to where you don't age at all? City of Paris is a mess. Yeah, I mean it's disgusting. Can I see the Olympic video? Yeah, you can see it. I got it on here. The thing is, I'm not because I got a copyright yesterday, but I can basically show you the entire thing. So, I mean, this is just I might get a this lady just start, but this is what you got to see, dude. What is like? I mean, this is just the worst part of it. But it's not only this. It's not only this. Look at this. That's an Olympic ceremony. When is the new Alien movie out? I don't know, man. It's a real letdown what happened to, because Covenant was a failure in the box office. No, they don't have the money to make another like Ridley Scott high profile, heavily invested movie. So they have to do this crap that has no budget. They've ruined it. They should have made a sequel to Prometheus. What Democrat wants to kill their career? I don't think it kills their career. I mean, would a VP really get blamed for 4 months? When you're thrown into a race. I don't. I'm not sure about that. Buttigieg has too many letters in his last name. Yeah, Mark. It is crazy how they've all got short last names. All of them. Cryosleep exists in one of our alternate timelines. Well, cryosleep is going to be coming at a certain point. I just think we're too early. I would just go into cryosleep for like 100 years, and just see what happens. But there's no way I would be able to afford that. I would go into cryosleep 100 years if you go to a different planet, maybe. Baylor Stadium or Stanford? What a weird question. I mean, Baylor's got the new generic stadium. I like Stanford's a little bit more. Maybe it's got all those trees surrounding it. I don't know. They're generic. Will any conference realignment? Well, I heard the big rumor is FSU and Clemson to the Big 12, and they're going to get a bigger share than all the other teams. Advice for. See, the thing is, when you say that word on here, it's gonna demonetize me. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure that I'm a licensed person to answer that, honestly. But I would just say, I mean, I'm not sure if that's a serious question, but I would just say you need to talk to someone. Don't watch the Olympics to help you. FSU Clemson to the Big 12 is the dumbest rumor in college football. Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with that. I think it just depends. I think it just depends on if they get a bigger share. The thing with... I understand what you say, but the Big 12 is going to come to the negotiating table early. I do think FSU and Clemson will wait it out if they can get into the Big 10 or the SEC. They might just wait it out. Mayor Pete is gay. Well, I heard Tucker Carlson say Buttigieg actually wasn't gay. He was doing it to just because he's a Democrat. That's what I heard Tucker say. If Kamala wins, you're moving to Iceland. There's a place. Yeah, Iceland's got a much better climate than a lot of other places. Did you ever watch To Catch a Predator on Dateline? Well, I think everyone's seen that show. It's a classic with Chris Hansen. Say what you want about communist Chinese. Dude, China had the... What was it, '08? Beijing '08, the Summer Olympics. Yeah, they had an amazing ceremony. I randomly was recommended it on YouTube maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. It had like 9 million views. Everyone was talking about how crazy it was. I mean, they've got the bird nest. They built the bird nest, which is the stadium with like all the little looks like little little branches going around it. They built it for the Olympics. Yeah, China had a badass, and then they introduce everyone while they're walking around the track. Thoughts on Lawrence contract being way bigger than Tua's? Probably because Tua has some really touchy injury problems in terms of concussions. The issue is, like, if he gets another concussion, all right, maybe he could, be all right. But then if he gets another one, like in a short period of time, it's like the NFL would like force him to shut him down. They just cannot deal with that concussion stuff. It's horrible for their league. I'm not saying it could end the NFL, but it's just really bad for their league because people just get, I mean, their brains just turn, especially later in life. Best showcase of the Olympics since 2012. Out of 2012. Yeah, there's a huge, yeah, but those channels started getting banned. CJ, those channels like all got banned from YouTube. They all got banned. Jordan Love contract is risky. I agree. If Harris wins, this is what it'll be like. Well, it's the big cities are going to get worse and worse. Yeah, they're trying to attack the Republicans. Obviously, are trying to attack Kamala with all these different things I've been seeing. The Last Supper is trending. Oh my god, satanic. The French. Am I a Daily Wire fan? Oh, no, I really don't watch the Daily Wire. I mean, I guess some of their views I agree with. How is that celebr ceremony equitable to African nations? They don't believe in LGBT stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that is equitable. I don't think it's good for anyone. I don't know how something like that gets approved for the Olympics. What is the point of that? What if I don't. I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. Just the other day, I saw a UTTP bot promoting what? Oh, yeah. It's real bad on certain parts of the internet with that. Do you even watch NFL or college football exclusively? Yeah, I mean, I used to really watch the NFL a lot, not as much anymore. Blue Jackets suck, the NHL team. Thoughts on the QB market? It's not surprising. It's, they're always going to reset the market, and then next year there's going to be a new quarterback. It's just the reality of how quarterbacks are getting paid right now. Yeah, nobody wants to get stuck with. Yeah, when you have a bad quarterback, you're completely fucked. We need to get you trending. Yeah, get me trending on here. Just randomly get me trending. Artificially. Dems already sending their attack dogs on Shapiro, so Harris has an excuse not to pick him. Really? They're talking bad about. Wow, that's an interesting strategy. They're talking bad about Shapiro, so she doesn't pick him. What is CP? I don't think I can say it on here, honestly. That was directed at the guy who donated. Oh, yeah, that was like I don't know how to answer that question. If Harris wins, you'll go bankrupt. To be honest with me, I can't blame Harris based on my investments, or maybe I can. I don't know, but probably not. It just where's the gay part of the ceremony? When they're all dancing, and I mean, there's some weird individuals. Let's just say there's some gender fluid individuals. It looks like up there. Have you noticed the mainstream media circling their wagons around Kamala? Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I've been talking about. That's what we've all been talking about. That's why she's gone up in the polls. They've just had this huge barrage of like, oh my god, now we finally got a candidate when she didn't get a single vote. It's like, what happened? Yeah, Chris Paul. That's what it is. How does a Trump and Kamala debate play out in your eyes? I don't know. I'd have to rewatch some of the Kamala stuff. The problem with Trump is, and I will say this, during his first debate, I mean, he just straight up didn't answer some of the questions. Now, obviously, let's be honest, Kamala should be better than Biden. It's kind of hard to be worse. So to me, Trump's already kind of going in at a disadvantage, especially considering I know what libs are going to do. They're going to compare Kamala to Biden, and they're going to immediately say she was so much better. So Trump's already kind of, he needs to really just answer the questions, correctly. And then, I mean, there are some layups with Kamala, most liberal, governor in 2019. Is not democratically elected. When they're talking about democracy, they're running on democracy, and their own incumbent was forced out through blackmail. So there's some stuff that Trump definitely has. I mean, that's just the tip of it. I could definitely. Carnivore diet. I never tried the carnivore diet. I haven't had a lot of meat. I haven't had much meat. Better starting quarterback, Ryan Leaf or Junior Floyd. I don't know who Junior Floyd is. Ryan Leaf, I do remember. Well, was a bust as the number 2 overall pick. I don't think Kamala is going to answer the questions either. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess we'll see. People forget Kamala's 2020 campaign rolled out strong. She had 35K people at a rally in Oakland to kick it off. Yeah, she had a lot of money. She had a ton of money behind her. What should the debate rules be? I'm guessing they're going to be the same. They're going to be the same as they were in the first debate. I mean, I guess Trump should want them to be the same. It worked out well for him, but that's a lot. A lot of the first debate was Biden just completely incompetent. Trump's still under a gag order on what? First, they would have to admit that they blackmailed Biden, and they will never do that. Well, it really doesn't matter what they admit. At the end of the day, it's been reported they did that. They can deny it, but it doesn't matter. It's still very weak for them. Who wins the Ohio State job? Probably Howard. What are my take on the 13th key? The 13 keys. At this point, I just say he's got 13 keys. The 14th key is he's a dumbass. Trump needs to actually answer questions. No, I agree. That's what I said. Trump did not look good, but he got lucky. Biden was terrible at the beginning. But still, it wasn't like Biden picked it up and was really all that good. Biden was bad throughout the entire thing. Because he could barely talk. His speech pattern was so fucked up, it's so hard to listen to him even when he's supposedly talking well. Because he just either talks too fast or he doesn't know what he's going to say, so he slows down real. He could barely get his point across on abortion. He fumbled it completely. Trump just got a hammer. She lied to the American people about the president's health. Yeah, I know. That's another thing. You're right. She blatantly lied. Trump's a lot better than what we have, but there's deeper issues. Oh, yeah, of course there's deeper issues. I mean, it's not like the president is going to come in and just completely change the United States. When did I become a Republican? Maybe when I was 15. I've leaned more to the right, I guess. Would RFK dropout hurt Trump or Harris more? Enjoy your content. Thank you. RFK would hurt. I would imagine. Listen, it's actually very close. The hope is if RFK drops out, he's going to endorse Trump, and I think it would hurt Harris more by maybe a point, but it's not going to be much. The issue is, it seems like RFK, in some of these polls, if you look at the new Fox News polls, he's hurting Trump significantly. I did not look at him for very long, but I'll go to him in a second. Do you think that Trump and Biden both are terrible presidents and shouldn't run? No, I think Trump maybe was a little underwhelming, but certainly I don't think Trump was a terrible president. How is life? Oh, I'm kind of trying to scale the videos back a little bit, but because I mean at a certain point I get paid monthly, so I don't know, man. Thought Trump did fine at the debate. He was way more measured. Well, Biden also made him look good. Let's be honest. Is Trump scared to answer questions? Well, Trump does not want to answer January 6th questions. We know that. The other questions he shouldn't have diverted them. The Republican talking point would have been good. Every question he tied to the border. But then the crazy thing is he got asked a question on fentanyl, and that's a legit border thing, but then he started talking about something completely else. Do you remember that? Thoughts on Formula One? I don't really watch it. Came for the stadium vids. Yeah, I want to try and do a stadium vid tomorrow. I mean, my stadium vids still do well. I'm surprised the algorithm, allows them to do well based on, the other videos. I'd be the best president. You got to have some big qualifications for that. Do you watch Scott Adams live streams? I don't. I do remember Scott Adams coming into light with like that race stuff. He was a comic writer, and then he just randomly had that race stuff, and then I do remember that. But I don't watch his stuff. I mean, sometimes I see him on the timeline with some tweets, some pro-conservative tweets. Debate between RFK and Biden. Subtitles would be screwed. Dude, imagine an hour debate between them. Oh, imagine they just say, all right, we're not going to have a moderator. Just talk to each other. Dude, let's actually see that happen. Who cares? We only live once. We want to see it. RFK against Biden. An hour. They're locked in the same room. They have to debate without a moderator. And they just try and talk. And it's just a complete mess. 90% of RFK people are anti-vaxxers. I don't know about that, dude. These numbers are not very good. But listen, this is just one poll. But these numbers are not the best. See, the thing is, Wisconsin, Trump +1. You bring RFK in, Trump loses a point. Michigan, it's a tie. You bring RFK in, Trump gains 2. Pennsylvania, it's a tie. You bring RFK in, Harris gains 2. And then with everyone, I guess... Wait, are these the same polls or different? What is this? Trump versus Harris versus Kennedy versus West versus Stein. Trump versus Harris versus Kennedy versus... What happened here? They have 2 polls at the same thing? Trump and DeChambeau, I know. Everyone was talking about that. Trump was not so good as he thinks he was, but he was better than Biden. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Trump's official opinion on the debate. I mean, obviously he's going to have the bravado like he did great, but behind the scenes, maybe he was like, maybe I could have done better. But probably not with Trump's ego. Yeah, dude, believe it or not, I've actually already done that video, like a renovation for every stadium. I think I've done it for pretty much all the sports as well. Would Trump destroy Kamala in a debate? I mean, I think Trump would do well, but Kamala obviously can at least talk. So this debate's it's not going to be a given for Trump. And there's already going to be a bad narrative against Trump because it's very easy for Harris to outperform Biden, and that's what they're going to compare it to. I guarantee it. PA versus Minnesota. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're right. God, how did I read that wrong, dude? What was I looking at? But that Minnesota poll is let's just say not great. So they had a so it's the same. Harris plus 6. Harris plus 6. I don't know how I read that as Pennsylvania. Trump is getting spanked by Harris. Come on, that's not true, man. Trump should set the rules with the next debate on X with Tucker and Rogan. That's never gonna happen. I think Rogan should try and do it. Should try and set up a debate where he's the moderator with Harris and Trump. Harris won't agree to it, I guarantee it, but he should still do it. Will Trump do a rally in Arizona? Yeah, I'd imagine he'd do a rally in Arizona for sure. Harris hype will die out. Yeah, it will definitely die out soon. Have you gotten the updated 9th booster? Seriously, dude, that's the thing that I was thinking. Who is like, if we had a leaderboard, do you think somebody has gotten like 8 boosters yet? Like, is that possible to have 8 boosters? Or do they like, because we're always sarcastic, like 37th booster. Like, what's the actual lobby leaderboard? Does some old lady have like 12 boosters at this point? Is that possible? How would Trump debate Kamala if he goes to jail? What, in September? No, that's not going to happen. I don't think Democrats even want that to happen at this point. But how would he debate? He wouldn't debate her. He would just run. Maybe they do a Zoom debate, but I don't know. There were no wars under Trump, and no, Trump had a lot of peace, and he's also talked to Kim Jong Un. Wait until, I mean, that's going to have an effect. I think Pennsylvania is the most important election, but I think Trump should win by about 2 or 3 points at least. Colbert is boosted. Yeah, definitely. My grandma has like 6 or 7. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the threshold. Maybe that's the threshold. 0 COVID vaccines in you. Yeah, your wife has 4. I've gotten 0 of them. Just because my personal doctor said I didn't need them, so I don't know what people want me to say. Thoughts on Chris Tyson being removed? I mean, those people have a propensity for that type of stuff. It's not good. Is Trump getting out those who are still in jail for January 6th? Well, I believe he can definitely get out all the people that like had non-violent offenses at least. If they assaulted police, it becomes a little more of a gray area. He can get like the non-violent people out. I got 2 shots for it. The lady in the store with me legit passed out from her. Yeah, I've heard those shots are powerful. But people got them like people got really sick after just the reactions from them. Do a video on Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, I mean it's just kind of a holding pattern. I mean I would do a video on it if something big happened. Did they pay Jill off? Well, listen, I think Biden kind of got screwed with an ultimatum. Jill really has no power. I mean, she can technically have power over Biden because he's brain dead, but in terms of the Democratic establishment, she has no position. So it just comes down to Biden. And if Biden's going to be embarrassed by them and have the 25th Amendment removed him, that's the blackmail. And Jill really has no say over it. Biden's going to be like, no, I don't want the 25th to happen. Jill. See, the thing is with Jill and Joe, it's tough. Jill has no place. She has no power. She had power just because Biden was brain dead and she could manipulate him. Remember when the Democrats said Novak? Yeah, I know. And they still hate him when he wins now. It's crazy. It's a religion. Thing is, I'm 31, not in a dangerous age. Yeah, you're not at all. Can Trump pardon himself? Yes. Your brothers are super woke. That's tough, man. Have you ever had COVID? I got it in really early 2020, really early 2020. Never got it in 2020. I got it like maybe like early January of 2021. Well, I guess that would be around January 6th. Did I have it around? No, you know what? I think I got it before. So maybe like in between Christmas and like early January is when I got it in 2021. So it would have been 2020 and then 2021. Trump rally in Minnesota tomorrow night. That's good news. Chris Tyson versus Mr. Beast in 2040. What a matchup. Don't care what happens to Ukraine. We need to fix our own problems before we start sending hundreds of billions to other countries. Well, technically, it's a drop in the bucket for our military budget, but no, I understand the sentiment. The problem is that that 72 million or whatever we sent them, it would probably be wasted elsewhere, unfortunately. Favorite of LOLco, is that with Keemstar? I really don't watch those shows. You had it January 2021. That's when I had it. I have a bad feeling something bad is going to happen to Trump. Yeah, it's like watching a slow moving plane crash. You just know something really bad is going to happen to Trump soon. I mean, they're anti-democracy. They want to take out, our nominee. It's really bad. You went to a Trump rally in October 2020. The media made it seem like it was a small turnout, but they took pictures 3 hours before the rally started. Yeah, October of 2020. That's a crazy time to have a rally too. Thoughts on Project 2025? I think a lot of it is necessary because the liberals have leached themselves and just like a parasite. They own everything within the government. All the government jobs are liberal. DC, which is where our national politics are 95% liberal. All the institutions are heavy liberal. There needs to be some type of overhaul. The problem is you don't say that. You don't say it until you get in. But no, I understand you need to plan it, whatever. I've never seen House of Cards, no. I mean, I guess if you like a Netflix series or whatever I thought Ozark was good. Ever heard of the Illuminati card game from the 70s predicted events, even up to today? No, I've never heard of that, man. Olympics is trending with Christianity. That's great. What is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Biggest myth of the current era is Gen Z is more conservative. No, they are more conservative than millennials for sure. Do you think that Trump will be portrayed in a favorable manner in the history books? Well, there's still possibly a lot to be written about Trump. Unfortunately, if he would have been assassinated on, July 13th, I think there would be a lot of celebration from liberals. And, unfortunately, they control a lot of that stuff. So it's very hard. Like, remember, they rated Trump one of the worst presidents ever when any historian will tell you cannot rank presidents right after they leave office. You have to give it like 5 or 6 years. So it's all a sham. It's all rigged against Trump. And so, they ranked Trump the worst president ever. Biden literally has a worse approval rating. It got so bad, they had to force Biden out. But they're going to rank Biden probably at like number 16, I'm sure. Yeah, they'll rank Biden higher. Do you think the Dakotas should come together? I mean, I don't really see the reason, and the state would kind of be, it would just be too big in my opinion. Unless they wanted to make like an empire, but obviously that's a joke. They don't have the population to do anything like that. Who are some players that are going to be washed this season? Yeah, pick any. I mean, all of this stuff is just, I don't want to go on that. Pick any running back. They're probably going to be washed. I can't, dude. Running backs get washed so quickly. It's not even funny. Trump going out. Wait, where is this? He's going to Minnesota tomorrow. I wonder where that is. The Defiant Else. I won an election. No, you stole one. You sold out your country in the process in 2018. Go figure. No. They didn't deny the election. Remember when people asked me, "Are you going to accept the election results?" Yeah, this looks like a Democrat accepting the election results right here in 2018, 2 years after Trump won. Have you ever been to Europe? I have not been to Europe, no. I've been to a lot of different countries for vacation, but not Europe. I googled every Olympic athlete. Interesting to see what their beliefs are. Interesting Simone Biles you're talking about. Should the Carolinas come together? An awakening. What do you think of Greater Idaho? Seems like an impossible movement. Well, I really don't know if it is impossible, honestly. That's a lot of rural area with very little population. I mean, if they revolt against it, and there was like something where they had to get in a certain amount of counties to agree to it, and if they got it, maybe it would go forward. But yeah, I'm not sure that's legal, or if it would have to go to the higher government or whatever to see if they could actually take land from Oregon. It's very interesting. But Oregon would become such a small state, but they really wouldn't be losing a ton of population. Maybe one electoral vote would go to Idaho. I know he's going back to Butler, Pennsylvania. We don't want Oregon. Well, it wouldn't be all of Oregon. It would just be the eastern part. Yeah, these people, I'm getting real sick of like, will you accept their election results? Did liberals accept the result? Will liberals accept the results now after 2016 with Russia? That's all. That's the only response you need when they ask that. Did you see the new Michigan poll? Yeah, that new Michigan poll I think it's everywhere. It should be on Real Clear Politics, I'm hoping. But I saw it on X first. I hope East Oregon joins Idaho. I mean, it'd be interesting. South Dakota in here. I think we should merge the Dakotas. I just don't see a big point of it. Unless you I mean, you want land, but it would just be called Dakota. I think that's kind of a weird too. It's just odd. Or would it be called the Dakotas, the state? Yeah, Mr. Fender, good evening, man. I think the video... Oh, you're right. It is West Palm is where they went. Yeah, that's where he was. Well, we didn't storm the Capitol. Well, the question was, would you accept the results? They didn't accept it in 2016. This is her in 2018 saying you stole the election. So is that accepting the result or not? Do you think Wyoming is the most conservative state? I think it was voted that... Was it... No, it wouldn't have been Louisiana. I mean, yeah, you could make a big argument for Wyoming, I guess. I thought it was a state in SEC country was the most conservative, but I don't know. Annex all of the big cities and sell them to China? No. You don't want to do that. Should California be split into 6 states? No, that wouldn't work. 6 states is way too many. If anything, I guess that you could maybe try and do four or two. Yeah, Biden getting lost was part of Russian intelligence. No, so Dakota. That's kind of interesting. Big ass square of nothing. Yeah, there's not a lot of population. Trump literally not even with a hole in his ear. Oh, really? Then why was it confirmed by the FBI that he got his ear shot off? That a bullet went through his ear. That's confirmed. It's confirmed. Trump is plummeting in the general. That's false. He's at 60%. This is Trump at his lowest point, so enjoy it. I think Alabama is the reddest. Yeah, dude, it's very close. I would actually like to look and see what the actual margins are with some of these red states, because nobody really knows. Oklahoma is usually considered the most conservative state. I mean, Kansas seems to be moving a little bit. I don't know about that. Wyoming voted for Trump like plus 46, most of any state. Yeah, well, it also helps that they have a smaller population. Race. Hey, dude, you might want to update your facts. It was confirmed today. Yeah, it was confirmed today after he said that yesterday. Do you need me to go find it? I mean, Jesus Christ. Oklahoma is the reddest, no question. I don't think so, man. What state do you live in? Ohio. That was a 50 cents video that was fake. I mean, the music was, yeah. One time I went overseas and the lady from Hawaii told me she's not from America. Well, I mean, that is the only, the one island state. Should Arizona and Nevada merge and create the desert state? I don't see the point of that. Chris, yeah, I mean, opinion of the Ohio meme. I don't really understand it, honestly. It doesn't. I mean, I guess it's just funny. But really, what is it? What is Ohio? Is a similar state to like Michigan, Indiana. What city do you live in? I'm not gonna say what city I live in, man. Dude, there. Oh my god. Well, you got to go through all that Olympics bullshit. Well, listen, it does look like he's in front of Jill, but he does look a little bit taller. Does he not look a little bit taller? Can't believe there was a time where red states were Democratic senators. Yeah, I mean, look at Montana though. How about the Obama endorsement at 5 a.m.? I mean, it was widely reported that Obama wanted Mark Kelly. Let's construct January 6th statues all through the country so it's easier for us to praise January 6th. We must be reminded of January 6th. Check market. Yeah, I did. Trump's at around 60% right now. I enjoy watching your videos. I appreciate it, man. It looks like Obama's a little bit tall. I think they already destroyed that, man. They already destroyed RFK Stadium. Charlie Kirk said Trump has not spent his campaign money yet. Is that true? No, it has come out. He spent only $1 million or something. He spent a very small amount. He saved it because he probably knew Biden was going to drop out. You made a $5 donation. Wow, you're fucking rich, bro. $5. What will I ever do? She's definitely going to win now. Yeah, I mean, do you know a grandma that made 70 donations in the same day? In the same day of $5? That's legitimate. Do you like Sam Bankman-Fried's donations in 2022? Democrats are pulling Hail Marys. Yeah, listen, I think all of this is just. It's all just bullshit last second attempts. They had their guy in Biden. He was getting his ass kicked. They blackmailed him out. And now they've got a completely unqualified woman. Just one small example. Yeah, but what about your grandma donating 100 times in the span of a day? That's normal, right? You fucking dumbass. You should watch Trump and Kamala commercials to see their reaction. I'm not watching that. I haven't seen any Trump or Kamala commercials. Praise George Bennett, George Floyd. George Floyd. Is George Floyd like your superhero? All right, no, I'm done. George Floyd. So far, Kamala failing to win independence. Rasmussen has a good video on it. Yeah, but Rasmussen is a conservative pollster. You saw Trump is going back to Butler, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know where he's going, though. Getting owned by a convicted felon? Well, no. The Democrats are totally fine. They just had to remove their own incumbent through blackmail. They're fine. Trump's a terrible felon with 34 charges. I think there is a DEI retard in the chat. Well, I mean, dude, January 6th. But do you like January 6th? Do you go to January 6th church services? George Floyd 2024. Do you think that there were any Trump supporters that voted for Katie Hobbs, Gretchen Whitmer? But maybe I mean, considering the Rust Belt states, they're normally swing states. Literally stepped down. He stepped down because he was losing every poll by 20 points. He stepped down because they blackmailed him. Your party's a fucking mess. do you read any of the news? America first. We would like that, yes. Ooh. Yes, here it is. I will be going back to Butler, Pennsylvania for a big and beautiful rally honoring the soul of our beloved firefighting hero, Corey. So he's going back. I don't know where he's going, though. An airplane hangar? Views on UFOs, aliens. I'm sure they exist, man. I do think they exist. Rachel Maddow is Thomas Crook's stepmom. Listen, people just say the most random shit. George Floyd. I'm going to donate another $14K to Trump. Sounds legit. Never forget we were saying Trump had a shot in New York and New Jersey against Biden. Yeah, I know. We needed more polling out of New York. I still think Biden would have won it based on the polling. You read 10 times more news than me? Wow, you're cool, man. I mean, listen. All right, man. Have a nice night. You. Can you take some illegals into your home? Yeah, man, dude. Listen, I thought the Democrats, you guys, aren't you supposed to like help illegals? And you wanted them into the country. Can you take some of them in? Can you bring some illegals into your house to help us? I mean, you wanted them into the country. Dems want illegal immigration in the country until you ask them, would you be willing to house them? No. The government has to house them. We have to pay for all of it. You feel sorry for Thomas Crooks? Dude, I think there's a lot more to that story. That's such a typical patsy. Such a typical patsy. Imagine flexing on how much MSNBC you watch. Oh, listen. This is a raw one. I wonder if there will be a huge October. Didn't you ask that already? I do think they're saving Kamala stuff for October. They can't do an October surprise on Trump. They've got nothing left. Poor guy is melting down because they inserted a failed. Oh yeah, Kamala Harris, the party of democracy. How many? Wait. She didn't win a primary. She didn't get a delegate. Oh. No, they're the party of democracy. The party of democracy. Why do we vote? Why do we only get to choose between two candidates? Because right now it's either dumbass or dumbass. Because the country's partisan. Will the West be still first world in 50 years? I mean, it's hard to say. Listen, this is what I'll say about Europe. Europe is becoming more conservative, but it's going to take a little while. LOL, what's up, man? The thing with Europe is, I think they went 20 points. The UK went 20 points more conservative. That's what I think happened, even though they lost. How does Bernie Sanders feel after the nomination was stolen from him? Well, Zach, you have to understand. They're the party of democracy. 0 votes, no debate. Your party switching candidates every time they get bitch slapped in the polls by a felon. Well, it's unfortunate. Hope Trump will not go back to the same spot in Butler. So many people explored the scene. I don't think he is going to do outdoor rallies anymore, so I don't think he's even going to do that. I think he's doing it in a hangar. That would be my guess, because they said it was at an airport. How many times do I listen to the Star Spangled Banner? I mean, not much. I guess before sports events and stuff, I guess. He better go hard at the Butler rally. The Butler rally is good for publicity. It's good to remind people. It's a smart political move. Did you hear dumb crackling Kamala say Trump was scared to debate her? Listen, I think Trump is going to debate her 2 times. 1 time in September, 1 time in October. That's what I would guess. Right, he said he would debate her when it's confirmed. And he will debate her. I mean, unless... Because the strategy of him not debating in the Republican primary was because he was up by so much. I think they're gonna have one debate on Fox, one on ABC, if I had to guess. Yeah, I wake up to the Star Spangled Banner. It's my alarm clock. Is the rest of my family conservative? I would say maybe independent. I think most of them are conservative though. Actually, don't really talk much politics. Trump needs to comment on how many men at the rally. What are you talking about? Do you think the Dems will blackmail Kamala if she does bad? Um, I don't think so. I think they're stuck with her. Uh, I mean, dude, I know you want attention. What happened, man? You got to do your own live stream. Do your own live stream. Maybe you'll get one viewer. Right leaning independent, my family as well. Yeah, that's what I would say my family is. Did you know Kamala has never received a vote or delegate by herself? Yeah, I know. I'm the face of America. That's a prestigious honor. I think Trump's probably the face right now. Canada is going to be conservative in 2025. I think so, yeah. Well, I mean, dude, the thing is with that, he just wants attention. And then, you're going to make fun of my family. I mean, I don't know, man. But I mean, listen, go live stream. I'm sure your one viewer will be will be very happy. Who is winning in the 2025 Canadian election? I saw that there was a poll. It said the Conservatives were going to win with 73%. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Was I an Obama supporter in the past? No, I wasn't, but I was pretty young for that, anyways. I appreciate that. I will never be a civil war. There will never be a civil war because a bunch of trannies can't form a formidable fighting force. Well, listen, I think there's a lot of reasons there will never be a civil war. Number one, we're eating ourselves if we do a civil war. But I agree. I don't understand. They have no guns. How would they win? Make a video on who you would vote for in every election. Probably. I mean, yeah. It was an interesting comment. Make a video of who I would vote for. I don't know, man. It would probably be mostly conservatives, I would guess. I don't think it would be that interesting. I had a stroke reading that super chat. An interesting super chat. It's getting some responses. Yeah, I mean there are some comments you try not to read. Keep doing your thing. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Why is Reddit politics so liberal? Yeah, it's the weird thing you find. It's literally our politics. You're right, it's supposed to be neutral. That's what I realized. It's just politics, but then it's 99% liberal. So you would think like if it's a R liberal, I would understand it being 99% liberal. But that subreddit has been taken over. There'd never be a civil war, but a revolution is. Yeah, I mean, if Trump, got assassinated, it would be very bad. It wouldn't be a civil war though. Will there be a Spanish channel? I don't think so. You to do a Spanish channel, you need to be like so like almost Mr. Beast level for it to be worth it, I think. Do you use AI for anything? Yeah, I do ask. Well, I used to use AI for not for thumbnails because you can tell it's fake. But I did use AI for certain things, and I do use Chat GPT to ask like weird questions and stuff, and they do sometimes answer it. Sometimes they just word salad it though. Reddit is just a leftist cuck echo chamber. Well, there are some right wing some Reddits, but like the our politics is really bad. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill or Aiden O'Connell. I mean, Ryan Tannehill is he retired at this point? Is he even on Tennessee anymore? Conservatives would win a civil war, yeah, but I don't think it would never happen. But I mean, there's no way for them to win. I don't think. I mean, they say, well, we control the big cities. It doesn't really matter. Look at all the farmland. Will Josh Allen win a gold medal? Yeah, for the longest throwing. I don't know if Josh Allen's actually an Olympian or you're talking about the football player and trolling. Yeah, the AI Michigan cheating pictures. Dude, that was funny. Reddit is banning anyone now saying DEI is for race. Yeah, well, they changed the definition of words. Uh, Remember with misinformation and disinformation how they're enabler words for them to ban people. What platform do you use to make thumbnails? It used to be Adobe Express. It's something else now. Canvana maybe or something. Adobe Express is just very... If you're a newbie or person, I would use Adobe Express, but... What the hell was the Olympic opening? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. That was crazy. I don't understand. Imagine a Spanish translators, Hunter Biden. Yeah, Hunter Biden, man. Those were some nice videos. I remember that. There definitely would have been a civil war had Trump been assassinated. I just can't believe that, man. I think it would have been really bad, and there might have been skirmishes in cities. Because that's what someone said, and I agree with that. I don't think a civil war, though. I've gained subscribers since I started talking politics. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I have gained some. Maybe like 15 to 20K from politics, I think. Do you think Kamala's polling numbers will go down? Of course. Of course they will. Listen, the honeymoon period, it's fine. I mean, this is how politics work. Yeah, that's the common thing. Whenever I see a Civil War prediction, they just cut off the supply. And normally there's other sub-parties, like the far right and the far left socialists. But the establishment conservatives always end up winning. I once had a liberal argument with the definition of a woman taken from the dictionary. She was pretty much arguing with a dictionary. Yeah, well they can't they don't have an answer for it because it's nonsensical what they believe in terms of what is a woman. I mean, obviously there was a movie done on it. Olympics outside of US, Japan are gay. Well, US always gets the most medals, I believe, at least in the Summer Olympics. Winter, we normally get our ass kicked. Biden's sign language translator needs a massive yeah, raise. College football opening lines are out. Might do some early studying betting. Those are hard, man. They're a lot of crapshoot. A&M money line against Notre Dame at home. Yeah, I know that game. That should be a good game. Favorite Simpsons character? I don't really watch much of The Simpsons. I never really watched much. Imagine a group of liberal special forces. I mean, they do have people that can fight. They're not all like that, but there's just a lot that are they're against guns. They do, none of them work out. Where's my 100K plaque? I think it's in my room. Thoughts on creepy text to speech generator, Microsoft? I mean, I know text to speech. I don't know about the situation where it's creepy. Do you think the elites will try and tank the economy while Trump is in office? Um, well, I mean, there's a lot of variables at play there. The economy's technically doing good, but it's mainly based off of money printing. It's going to be hard for Trump to ruin where we are, based off of how bad it already is with inflation. So I think, I mean, the economy, to me, whether it was Obama, Trump, Biden, if you're talking about just the stock market, it's always inevitably going to go up, even if there was a COVID crash. Or, I mean, look at that pandemic that we had, and it just went up. I mean, it went down for that slight time, but we're always building and expanding, so inevitably, the overall stock market, the Dow Jones, it's all going to go up. Your friend accidentally pulled into Hunter Biden's driveway in Malibu. I mean, Hunter Biden's a movie star. We got to understand this. He lives right next to a rehab facility. Yeah, it's connected. She screwed her way to the top and she isn't ashamed to admit it. Well, this is what I don't understand. There's a weird dynamic now. They were like talking about Trump, all of his, the sex, all of it, and now you can't talk about it with Harris. Can you make a living with 100K viewers? What do you mean 100? You could make a big living off 100K viewers on a video. 10 to 20K views per video. I mean, it depends how much you upload. And it depends what your niche is because they pay different rates for certain things. Like political, it's not great. Sports is actually better than politics, at least like the videos that I've done on sports. They get better per 1,000 views. Monetization, money, and stuff. U.S. finished third in last Winter Olympics behind Norway and Germany. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, Norway, obviously, not surprising. Should I invest in Bitcoin? I would just say, dude, if you're going to do like something like Bitcoin, where it's not an altcoin, I wouldn't even invest in Ethereum, but like I would just say invest in Tesla, honestly, even though I don't really like the stock market. 100K subs. Well, 100K subs technically doesn't pay you anything. But it does give you more, I guess, street cred. So when people click on your video and they see how many subscribers you have, they're more likely to stay and watch like a new person, rather than if you have like 1,000 subs or 500. So the subs give you street cred, and I guess it also helps with the algorithm. But the subs, it's not like you're on a YouTube payroll where if you have a certain amount of subs, they'll pay you. It's all just based on views and watch time. It's way too late to buy Bitcoin. I agree. I mean, the market cap of it's $1 trillion. And you're right, there was still a good time to buy Bitcoin in 2021 when it was around 15K. You already would have, 5-6 extra money, which obviously is just still going to be a better return than an average, normal stock that they'll tell you to invest into. Thoughts on JD Vance being targeted? Yeah, I mean, JD Vance to me is I think everyone needs to calm down. They're obviously attacking JD Vance right now. JD Vance is a smart dude. I said it wasn't the best pick at the time, but it's not like it's a terrible pick that's going to ruin his campaign. And then they're like, oh, Trump's second guessing his VP pick. Bullshit. I mean, Trump's going to exchange his VP. Come on. If Trump wants to drain the swamp, should he appoint Vivek head director of FBI? Yeah, Vivek is a really aggressive. Vivek needs to have a major role. Let's just say that. I agree. He needs to have a huge role. When do you plan on making more videos about the Titanic? I don't know if it was you, but somebody else might have asked me this earlier in the stream. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll think of a few ideas to do on the Titanic. I went to Air Force University. I mean, I did have Air Force going 14-0 last year, and they were like 8-0 at one point. Favorite sports teams? Really just the Browns, I guess. Cavs, Guardians. Unable to say if to fund the police. Dude, remember when they said to fund the police? That might have had like a 10% agreement rate to fund the police, maybe 5% within the electorate. That's another thing that Trump should bring up. I mean, that's an obvious thing. She wanted the police to fund it, or she supported people that wanted the police to fund it. I think she actually said it in a clip. She was like, the money needs to be allocated elsewhere. I heard October Surprise will be releasing alien info, any truth. Well, that doesn't make sense. Normally an October Surprise is against a candidate. Releasing alien info is just, that would just be for the common public if they did that. How do you think the Seahawks will do this year with Mike McDonald? Aloha from Hawaii. Well, that's nice. You're in Hawaii. That's a 5-hour time difference from me. Yeah, I think the Seahawks probably are still going to be maybe an 8-win team. Around a 500 record, I would expect. Watch Benny Johnson at all? He had a good video today. No, I saw his, I really don't watch much like political YouTube stuff. I mean, I've seen a few of his videos on YouTube. I know he's a huge YouTuber, but I did see that as the thing. It was on my ex recommended, and he went to the place and showed where it was. It's pretty crazy. I think Vivek would be a very good attorney general. I think he would be good. He needs as much power as possible. Let's be honest. Ugh. Who do you think would be a better leader on World War III? Come on, it would be Trump. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say that, though. If Air Force QB didn't hurt his knee, they probably would have been undefeated. I don't know about that, but they probably would have went 12-2. They definitely self-destructed. Yeah, I have a Twitter account. I believe I did put it in the description of this live stream. I finally remembered to do that. Don't think Deshaun Watson is the answer. Yeah, Deshaun Watson's been a complete bust for the amount of money he's making. Money needs to be allocated to. Yeah, we've been hated on. We need some money. There's racism against gingers. I agree. Do you think Republicans will become less pro-Israel as time goes on? Yes, I do think they will become. I think both Republicans and Democrats. Listen, there's already a big movement to stop funding other countries. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things to unpack there, because there's obviously Jewish people within both parties. They're obviously not going to like that, but they are the minority. So it'll be interesting to see how it develops. Do you think Vance will push Trump to take out the cartels on Mexican land? Well, didn't Trump say something about doing that? Because the cartels are the thing that is destroying Mexico, mainly. So I don't know. Maybe he will. I'd like to see a massive border get built, actually. Reparations, yes. Tesla is down 16%. Well, no, dude, that's actually a really good time to invest. I don't think Tesla's... Dude, inevitably 5 years from now, Tesla's going to be up significantly. But I say investing into stocks is long-term. It's like 4 or 5 years. I think down 16% would be a good time to buy. I mean, if I had a stable amount of money, Tesla would be a stock I would be looking at. Tesla is more, it's more kind of like an altcoin, although not really. It's definitely more stable than an altcoin, but it does go up and down a lot more. There's a lot more price action. There's some more risk with it. It's like in between. Benny is cool, but very exhausting to listen to. I don't watch enough of him to... I did see him on a panel with Piers Morgan, where they've got like the 4 panels. They now have proof Trump won Wisconsin, Arizona, Georgia. I don't know, man. They've been saying a lot of that, like over. I don't know. Love the vids. Well, thank you. But if you fund other countries, you can have discounts in the future. Discounts on resources. I know, but they never pay for it for themselves. That's the problem. I think I need to take a piss. I mean, maybe in a little bit. I don't know, man. I appreciate you for keeping track of that. Shredded wheat. I mean, what is that, man? You got to stop with that. Supposedly, the shooter trained with Secret Service. New video of him with Secret Service at the gun range. Bullshit. Where's that video at? No way. No, I know that there was like a Secret Service connection to the gun range, but there's a video of him training with the Secret Service at the gun range. Tesla has poor quality. I have heard people say there's problems. I was thinking getting a Tesla, but I don't really like the look of the car, honestly. Thoughts on ETFs? I mean, they're a very safe version of crypto. Very safe. You know, I mean, I guess I'm happy they have them now, but I'm not really into that type of stuff. I definitely I will be if I'm able to make a certain amount of money. It's very easy to make money, on the stock market if you already got a lot of money. But you have to acquire a lot of money first. Have any ladies reached out to you because you're famous? Come on, man. I'm not famous. Thoughts on Geno Smith? I'm not a big fan. I mean, he's an okay quarterback. He kind of had a career resurgence, but maybe an average NFL starter. Yeah, he went to Butler, Pennsylvania. He showed him at the gun range. I mean, that's... He apparently didn't learn any marksmanship. Well, I mean, technically, that bullet would have hit if Trump didn't turn. Will people like Vance the more they get to know him? Well, it's not even about liking. Once everything calms down, Vance is just a VP at the end of the day. Trump is always going to be the main. They can talk about Vance right now because he's new and fresh and they're trying to go at him. At the end of the day, Trump's going to decide the election. Montreal videos you made were awesome. Any thoughts on NBA expansion cities? Well, dude, we know the NBA expansion cities. It's pretty boring. It's Las Vegas and Seattle. I'd be shocked. Maybe Mexico City gets a chance. I'd be shocked, though. It's just going to be those two. Rutgers makes the college football playoff. In my simulation, they did, but they do have an easy schedule, so that's maybe part of the reason why in college football 25 they always seem to do well. Trump and MAGA would be so desperate and pathetic to rig the shooting. I'm not sure what that means. The Salty Ginger. That's a good channel name. Ice cream sandwiches are the best for breakfast. I sometimes eat ice cream for breakfast, honestly. I thought you were supposed to get in trouble. Yeah. What a moment that was. But technically, I don't think it was because of that. My videos did get demonetized for 12 hours and I had to appeal it. But that was in like 4 months after that. Thoughts on flying cars? Well, it's going to take a while for that to even happen. I don't think flying cars are going to happen before all electric vehicles. Probably will happen earlier. Flying cars would maybe happen. I mean, we keep pushing back the flying car deadline. People thought it was going to be 2000, then it was like 20. I mean, maybe like 2060. Hey, yeah, the dude's just spamming shredded wheat. Nobody remembers VPs. Yeah, except when they get chosen, that's it. So that's why they're going at Vance. The FBI wants to question Trump about the events of July 13th to get his record of it. I think you mean July 13th. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You think Chicago will let Trump send feds to? Well, I mean, it's going to be harder because they're very liberal. I think Brandon Johnson is very liberal. I would love to see Chicago get cleaned up. It's some of the parts of Chicago. It's a great city, but would you ever go to Mars? Oh man, I would love to go to Mars, but there's no way of it happening. Do a video of Montreal Forum and the history of it being randomly turned into a mall. I'd have to look that up. How old am I? I'm 24, man. Lori Lightfoot should endorse Trump. Lori Lightfoot, the OG, comes back from the dead and endorses Trump. What is this? Zuckerberg is a joke. Musk has said he's gonna fight. He's willing to fight Zuckerberg. I thought Zuckerberg was in great shape. I thought Zuckerberg could take Musk. That's what they were telling me. Remember when Musk wanted to fight him and Zuckerberg backed out? Wish Trump would send an army to California. I mean, apparently Newsom now is trying to clean up all the homeless camps. Think the new Secret Service director? Well, we would hope. I mean, what a mess that is. Love to see Earth from the space station. Yeah, I recently watched Gravity. Gravity is a decent movie. I love space movies and things like that. I don't think Gravity was necessarily one of the best, but it was decent, I guess. I watched like parts of it. Bernie Sanders should endorse Trump. Yeah, that's never happening. Bernie Sanders wanted them to stick with Biden. If you ever come to Hawaii, I'd love to show you around Trump 2024. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd ever go to Hawaii, but I've been to some tropical places like Hawaii. Honestly, at this point, I wonder if Elon would lose. Yeah, I'm starting to think Elon wins for sure. Come party at Jersey Shore. Remember when Trump Trump did have a failed Jersey casino plan. I do remember that. What happened to Ohio State recruiting videos? I do remember that. That was like 2.5 years ago, maybe. I don't know, man. I guess the channel just grows in certain ways, and I just move on to other things, I guess. Thoughts on people living on the moon by 2028? I think it's unlikely. They keep pushing that back and back, further and further and further. I guess the moon is probably gonna. There will be contact with the moon before Mars, obviously, so that should happen maybe, hopefully by 2030. Although I'm just randomly saying a date. Yeah, Zuckerberg's in good shape, but he's much smaller, noticeably shorter. Zuckerberg is afraid of this. He'd lose, honestly. Musk is. I think Musk would win. They say, oh, Musk is out of shape. I think Musk was on Ozempic. He lost some weight. I don't know. RFK Jr. Yeah, RFK Jr. will endorse probably in September when he realizes it's just not going to happen. But he's trying to trudge through it right now. Tyson or Paul? Yeah. I mean, probably Paul, he's in his prime. But that's kind of a charade. That's a charade fight. I'm hungry and craving Indian food. If you ever went to college, would you have went to a Big Ten school? I don't know where I would have went, honestly. Probably not a Big Ten school. Take the worst climate change forecast ever. Well, no. Listen, nobody's saying we're abandoning Earth, but this is part of evolution. You need to go to other places. It's important for the human race. I mean, Earth is it's a marvel. We're very lucky. I do want to do a video on Interstellar, but it is kind of random. Have I ever been to Las Vegas? No, I've never been to Las Vegas. San Francisco, I have been, but not Las Vegas. Thoughts on Zach Hampel? Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I think Zach Hampel's one of those people that people just dogpile on, but also, it is kind of, you're just going around collecting balls. I don't have a big issue with it, but obviously people have dogpiled on him. There's been a few moments where he pushes kids, but I think the internet just finds people to pick on and dogpile on, unfortunately. Would you say editing is hard? Well, editing definitely can be hard. My editing is very simplistic. There's people that spend hours and hours and hours editing a video. Editing can be very, very taxing. Way more taxing than filming, depending on how good you want it, depending what it's about. Put $20 on Elon. Yeah, there's probably our hypothetical fight scenarios. I'm guessing Elon might be like minus or maybe plus 120. It's probably like even. Are you going to cover the Olympics at all? Well, I'm not going to cover. Well, I guess it turned political. I don't know, man. I don't like the beginning of it was in terms of the actual medal count stuff. No, I'm not going to. I'll just see if the United States won. Make a video ranking popular. That's a decent idea. You make a video. Interstellar, Prometheus, The Martian, Gravity. Those are some movies that I know off the top of my head recently. Interstellar in trailers, yeah. I know. I wish they made it doesn't even have to be a sequel. It could just be a movie like Interstellar where the budget is so massive and it's an exploration thing. Maybe it's a different story, but where city is I'm not saying where I live, come on. Do you think many Oh, I was reading it and then it got retracted. Have you ever tried ball hawking? I've never done that, no. This chat is brain rot. Dude, this chat is very tame. Very tame. This is the internet. First Man, yeah, that's another one. I gotta watch that. Doge or she, I would say, they both have similar market caps. I guess I think they'll both do relatively similar because they both have similar market caps. But I would say maybe go for Pepe over those two. It's got slightly more upside, but even Pepe, it's already at billions. Elon would kick the shit out of Zuckerberg. Well, Zuckerberg does train jiu-jitsu or some bullshit, I guess, but I think Elon would win. The best part of Interstellar, it makes it easier to dislike Matt Damon. Matt Damon was a beast in that movie. His planet was shit, unfortunately. He had a nice ice planet. Interstellar is a sore for me. Watched it with my ex. Can't ever watch it again. Reminds me too much of her. Wow, that's unfortunate, man. These people, they always got to ask me how much longer will I stream. I don't know, man. Maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes or something. Did you like 24? I never watched it, but I did watch that same actor in Designated Survivor. Designated Survivor is pretty good, but it was definitely more of like they seemed to slightly. It's whatever. It's politics, but a little bit more liberal in that show. But it was an interesting show, Designated Survivor. When they did the season 3 on Netflix, it became bad. Musk versus Zuckerberg, a loser. Yeah, loser has to live on the moon. Even the live stream chats in March Madness are madness. I mean, I thought those chats were fine. There were like a few people that just got deranged and started creating fake profiles of like, young, girls. Yeah, URL is not good. Did you hear we're supposed to be hit by another asteroid? Yeah, but they always say that that's not going to happen. I can pretty much guarantee it. But they can't even predict that. It would be like a 0.7% chance or something. There's no way they could predict it from that far out unless the asteroid was like the size of Earth or something. Apple, what's up, man? Is being pro-Palestine being anti-Semitic? Dude, I don't even know anymore. I mean, a lot of people that are pro-Palestine just don't like that the U.S. is giving Israel a lot of money and guns and everything. Dude, RB, it's like Matthew McConaughey when he's at Cooper Station. I mean, he's got to be pissed off. His daughter gets all the credit, and then he doesn't even ask about his son. Dude, people in the comments were like, where's your son? He doesn't... Fuck off. He doesn't even ask about his son. Would Ron DeSantis win a general election against Harris in 2024? Well, that's impossible for me to predict. I don't know, because that would mean Ron DeSantis getting a big coalition of support. If he beats Trump, then yeah, I would imagine Ron DeSantis would win. Yeah, Matt Damon went... Dude, I could only imagine Matt Damon flying into that planet and being like, God damn it. It's a bunch of frozen clouds. What's up, Eli? What's up, Nate? What YouTubers do you watch? I'm trying to think. Well, I do watch one dude for crypto. Mainly, I've been watching a lot of space movies, honestly, on YouTube, or getting recommended space clips, and like I get recommended different like baby animals as well, and then also a bunch of stuff on space travel mainly, and also some political stuff. But I mean, the political stuff, I like with Fox News or CNN. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, some of the political channels are good. I guess Breaking Points is not bad. So they have some decent arguments with each other. Do you think Randy Rosarena? Yeah, I saw Randy Rosarena was hitting better in the last 2 months. So Seattle had to do something. I mean, offense in baseball is just so far down. What's up with people asking about 2028? Yeah, I really don't know, man. It's strange. I mean, I could understand after the 2024 election, like right after it, people asking about it, but Paris Olympic Stadium, well, isn't it kind of a shitty stadium? I think I saw it and I was like not that impressed or something. Because normally they build a brand new stadium for the Olympics, or at least some of these countries do, but they didn't build a new one. I guess it's easier to not build one, but yeah, they still can't tell us the exact weather. I mean, it is impossible to tell the exact weather. I believe it's impossible. Based on a lot of different factors with how different wind patterns change and things like that. Favorite planets? Well, I do think Neptune's a beautiful planet. Favorite movie? Probably Interstellar. I would vote for Kamala Harris over Mike Johnson. No, she's not more conservative now. You have to be an InfoWars guy. I mean, I like Alex. I don't really watch that show. I mean, obviously, you've got work. I see Alex on X now. He always posts some stuff and gets a lot of engagement. And plus, he posts some videos on there sometimes. Fox News or Newsmax? I don't really have an opinion on either. I know people are starting or people have left Fox News and they like Newsmax now more. It's like the new cool, I guess, conservative thing. Hot weather or cold? I'd say cold. Do you watch the Olympics? Not really. Kamala isn't even conservative. Yeah, I think that was a troll post. Yeah, college football it's tough without college football. Barred business. Yeah, when he made the his own crypto. I give him credit for that. That's pretty sweet. Normally, you won't get that type of transparency with the devs. College football or NFL? I'd say college for sure. Thoughts on Titan potentially having life? I think we're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. We're just looking for anywhere in our solar system to have a planet that Titan's a. I mean, it's interesting, but it would be maybe it has life, but humans can't go on there and survive. Who would you vote for, The Rock or Mr. Beast? Yeah, I mean, I think the 2036 election is The Rock versus Mr. Beast versus LeBron James. I'd vote for probably The Rock. Well, I don't know. Would The Rock be an independent? College football 25 dynasty mode is a letdown. Yeah, it's very, very sad. Kennesaw State. I mean, they're the newest FBS team. If you do a rebuild with Kennesaw State, you're an NPC. Let's be honest. OAN is better. Yeah, that's another one. That's another newer one, I think. None of those people are conservative. Yeah, maybe The Rock's an independent out of that group. Could Matthew McConaughey win presidents? Yeah, I mean, there were rumors that Matthew McConaughey might have been running, or like running for like maybe mayor or something. I don't know if it was governor. I don't know what it was. It was something within Texas. Mark Wahlberg. I mean, Wahlberg has like issues with his past. I think I don't know about him. Him running. They would go after that. Who was the NPC on X? I think he deleted it or something. I mean, but yeah, there were a lot of people that they tried to do like, oh, I'm a Republican, but voting for Kamala. And it's all just bullshit bought and paid for by the Democrats. Should I buy a new console? No, I would not do that, man. I mean, it's your choice. I mean, but a new console is like $400 probably. Bagels or croissants? I'd say bagels. I don't really eat. I mean, I used to eat bagels when I was younger, I guess. I was wondering, was your channel initially built to discuss all things 9/11? Do you always make videos about 9/11? No. I mean, the 9/11 stuff really started last summer when I had a video talking about a dude trying to climb down from the Twin Towers during the attacks. And the video kind of did well. And so I just started making other videos on it, and that kind of is what started it. It was just a random video I made like in June of last year, I think. What are your favorite stadiums? I'd say the ones that I've been to, probably PNC. Although I think PNC might be a little bit overrated, but the ones that I've been to. I mean, I guess you could say Wrigley as well. Wrigley also might be a little overrated. No, Wrigley's cool. It's just in a neighborhood. It's interesting. I'm convinced Biden had fake comments in his comment section. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them do that though. It's very easy to do that. Has anyone ever recognized you in public? No, no one's recognized me. I think it would be awkward, you know. I don't try not to go out like during the day or. I mean, normally sometimes I go to Target and stuff, but I don't get recognized. Any changes in VP odds? I believe it's still around a 40% chance for Kelly. Oh, he went down a little bit, but Shapiro seems to be the potential second choice. I'm praying College Football 25 becomes playable on the Xbox One. Yeah, I don't think it will. It is crazy that it's not compatible. Have I ever been to Charlotte? Yeah, I went to Charlotte when I was younger. I think I was just, I don't even know why we were in Charlotte, but no, I don't think I went to Charlotte. We drove to DC, not Charlotte. Never mind. I never been to Charlotte. Or no, I think we might have flown to DC. Biden caught buying subscribers on YouTube. Remember when they had to disable the likes because Biden's videos were getting like Biden's videos had like a 2% like rate. I'm not even kidding you. I have a video on it. I took screenshots when you could still see the likes, and technically you can still see the likes, dislikes if you have a plugin. But his videos were like 5 likes, 330 dislikes, 20, and some of the videos would just be random news channels talking about Biden, and they'd still do just horrible. Because honestly, YouTube is more conservative. It is. Well, now X, with Elon taking over, is becoming that as well. Thoughts on the Jaguars? I mean, they had to give Lawrence that contract. That's what every team is doing. I don't know. Maybe a 9-win season, 10-win season. Is Bill Gates a Democrat? Yes, I would think so. Can I be a mod? Huge fan, watching for a while. Keep it up. I mean, yeah, man. I've seen you. I'll make you a mod. What's going on with Ohio boneless chicken wings? Really? Is that something? Is that a scandal or something? You should play the new Vile game protecting Donald Trump. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They make games about that, like just, I guess, funny games or whatever. The little sideshow games where it's like got like one function. All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for this live stream. It's been I went a good 3 hours there. Has the AP Top 25 come out? No, it comes out like probably mid-April. Yeah. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for this live stream. You can follow me on X. Link to that is the description. How often do you eat out? I know I eat Chick-fil-A sometimes, but at a sit-down place, not very often. Maybe like once every 2 weeks. I don't know.